to get used to this wide screen. I'm trying to do this more. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. So, welcome. See, I want to get close with my eyes, but let me just make sure. Okay, we're going to go with this. We are very not stable here. I hope you're well. I know I'm supposed to go there. Why don't they make it so you don't have to look? You can just look straight. How about that? Technology can do that. Technology can't do that. Shocked. Okay, so gotta get my rings. Hold on. Brewster said, hold on. Now we're going to switch up the rooms. Just going to tell you now. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. I hope your day is filled with so much joy. And the rooster does too, by the way. Just want you to know. Good morning. I'm going to look over here because I'm used to it. I'm trying to look over here. This is weird. I want to look straight, which is a whole nother thing. So anyway, good morning, y'all. I hope you are well, perfect, whole, and complete. I hope you've been enjoying and watching the videos of my makeover of my apartment in Accra. I'm in Ghana, West Africa. I am a Black American woman living in Ghana, West Africa. Next month, March 9th, I celebrate 6 years. It's the day I came to Ghana on March 9th, 2020. And it'll be March 9th, 2026 in 6 years. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yeah, it's been a long time, but it just feels like it was yesterday. It does not feel like 6 years. Absolutely not. Yeah, so I am a fire sign. I'm a triple fire. My moon, my sun, and my rising. So I'm a Leo, Sag. So I got a lot of fire. So the idea of the Chinese, according to Chinese astrology, we're going into the fire horse energy, which is about quick speed, independence, freedom, and also, the idea of the fire sign, right? So that's the horse, and then the fire is, burning things down. So the demolishing of old systems, the demolishing of the questioning authority, to fighting for what we want, to rebelling against, in a sense, systems that are actually not serving us or that are detrimental. Truths coming out, boldness, right? Also, fire horses are very much creative and like to be seen. Very, very fire sign in astrology as well. Very similar, ways of the way that the attributes of fire signs in traditional astrology is that same energy, right? Very independent energy. But also, it's not about that the systems are going down one day. This fire horse energy is the systems are going down today. And that old way of being, people are not going to just talk about moving into the new. They're going to be thrusted into the new. They're going to be thrusted into the new. I want you to think about that for a second. I know I'm a fire sign, so I kind of know what this is like. A lot of times, but you got to be careful you're going to be impulsive. Be careful of being too impulsive. What you're going to need right now is a lot of grounding. You're going to need environments where you can ground yourself. You're going to need to be connected to community, because so many systems, in other words, when people are included in those systems, are going down, that who you were and who you thought the people around you were may not be. So that's going to leave the world. You're going to leave the world and be like, well, who's left? I mean, you're left, and people like you are left too. I want you to really keep that in mind. But it's going to be requiring, because you could just be so impulsive. Don't take in a lot of negative social media right now, because it's going to be fires, like everything's coming to the forefront. Everything's moving quickly. Everything's coming at you. So you have to make sure that you are in control of how much of that gets in, how much needs to get in. Again, you want to really focus on grounding energy, or anything that can keep the spirit light. But you also want to rejoice in the newness and the letting go of. The thing about things dismantling, coming down, changing, right, is that it's because it's fire horse energy, it's a thrust. So it's not like you got time to prepare. Your preparation was all the years. What they said the last time we were in the fire horse energy, I think they said it was in 1968 or 66, 1966. I wasn't even born yet. And what was happening in the world in 1966? I mean, we're talking about civil rights movement, the students protest around the world, the Vietnam War protest. I mean, it was a change of guards, and the people were not having it, and the people are not having it right now. So if you don't see that resurgence and that building up of like energy of we're so sick and tired of being sick and tired of energy, you're going to feel it, and you're going to see it soon. But you're also going to see it in yourself. What does all that mean on a spiritual level? Well, first of all, it's all a spiritual level. Our lives, our existence is absolutely a spiritual level. We're all in it. That's it. But on a personal spiritual level, that's more of the question. On a personal spiritual level, we are going to be seeking more independence. That could be seeking independence from working a traditional regular job, to seeking independence, to working for yourself, or doing more things for yourself, or being more in charge of how your money comes in. It's also going to be a surge of not being able to be the old person you used to be. Whether you didn't think you could let go or not, you're going to have a lot of energy that's going to allow it. So you got to be taking really good care of yourself, because as much as we want our lives to change, and most of us will say, not only do I want my life to change, but I want my life to change now, the abruptness of that life change, if it came as quickly as you thought you would want it, it could dismantle, shatter, and even like leave you cooking for Cocoa Puffs. So guard your mental health. That's why you want to temper your energy. You want to be able to be informed and to know what's going on, which you probably have no choice but to do that anyway. But you also want to be smart about it. You want to be able to take it in bite size, because as above, so below, as within, so without. So if all these things are seemingly happening outside, how is that affecting you, the individual, on the inside? It's affecting you tremendously, just so you know. It's affecting you tremendously. It's affecting you in ways that you are not even aware of, and that's why you have to be just that aware. So create rituals. If you already have them and you let them go for a while, bring them back. If you need new ones for the new times, even better. Get up and have a ritual. I write in my gratitude journal every that morning. I have tea in the morning. I have tea at night. I read a few chapters in a book a day, or whatever that. I go for a walk. We all got routines, whether it's like seasonal, they change a bit, but there's still a routine. You've been doing it for a while. So you want to continue to make sure, but I don't want to just say you should continue, you should lean in. Also follow those impulses that are good. Sometimes the impulse, seeming like it's an impulse, it's really been screaming at you for a long time. But in this energy, you can actually get it done. So for me, like, I changed up my room. I'm tired of saying that I want a softer energy around me. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't use the word girly. The last time I had a pink room, this is pink and a mint green, and it's all for a reason. It was based on actually the rose, which is on this covering of this couch that I'm on now. And I really love the idea of the leaves and the stems being green, and then the rose. In this case, there's roses of many colors, but I like the pink rose. And it was interesting when I showed the full design. If you want to go to my channel, Afrocentric Home Design and Style Channels, YouTube channel, you can actually see the place before I put anything in here. And just the full, it's much more than the camera showing you. And it's very soothing, very beautiful, very pretty. Organize and declutter. First of all, declutter and then organize and decide what you're going to keep and what you're not. So because I switched up and decluttered and organized, I'm able to see my clothes, therefore wear my clothes, and kind of discover myself again. Maybe even rediscover. Like, you go through phases, even like on a wardrobe level. You go through phases. You have a time where you wear pants, maybe you're wearing jeans more. And then there's a phase where you feel like, no, I want to wear more dresses and wear more skirts. This is a time to do that thing that you feel, that shift, that change, like go into it. You might want to change the color of your room. You might want to paint. You might want to rearrange your furniture. But then, you want to always, and then if you could bring in whatever grounds you could also do that through your decor as well. And I'll talk about those things on the Afrocentric Home Design channel. I will do a video over there talking about the idea of grounding energy. And I'm going to do it in the other room, which is more of a grounding room. You may need that, guys. You may have to have rooms that are bright and airy, and then also rooms that are kind of dark that actually allows you to sit still so you can ground yourself. I feel like I'm preparing for the fire horse energy, which actually is February 17th, which starts tomorrow, but the energy is felt today. And go tap into some, put in fire horse energy and things you should do or not do to prepare for the season. There's a lot of little things that the Chinese that are following, this energy does, like no cleaning or sleeping, maybe even no handling money. Like I can't say I know the no sleeping and no cleaning for a day or so before and a day or so after, but I'm not all sure. So tap into that if you want to follow it that deeply, because you want to have good luck, right? It's always about good luck, right? About being like red is a very auspicious color in the feng shui belief system, as well as the number 8, which is, I'm in a number 8 city, which is a crop, just being an auspicious number of good luck. But also like the number 8 and the fire horse energy is just be careful of burnout. Burnout is very possible right now. That's why you got to ground. And I feel like one way to really do it is the space that you're already in. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff to prepare yourself for this possibly turbulent times. You can use your home that you already have. Like I said, repaint. Cover your couch with a different cloth. Because you're already going to be changing friendships or just letting the old ones go altogether. Make sure you eat good, nourishing, healthy foods. And also be around good, nourishing, healthy friends and healthy people. Get your home together, because your home is going to really act as a gathering spot. Even though I was born in 67, so I was only 1 year old during that last, fire horse shift. I remember that time because my mom would talk about that time and be a part of it. And like I said, in 77, I was 10 years old. And I was a 10-year-old from New York, so we were pretty conscious, And I remember that time of very much gatherings, like the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense and other organizations like that were meeting somewhere. Like home visits to friends would be the gathering of what was going on in the streets that you couldn't talk about at the job, so to speak. It was a place of connecting, collaborating, gathering, sharing information, supporting one another. It was a more meaningful time in a lot of ways. People wasn't talking about the okie doke. It's not that you shouldn't travel and do things and have fun, but just kind of invest in making your environment a place where you could actually do that. So I am doing that, y'all. I feel, so this is my little happy space room. I love the vibration. I love what it brings out. It's like I prepared for it. Like I said, I had started to declutter the whole apartment. Okay, first thing that I want to say is I decided to transition from having so many apartments, which I can't deal with, and it's expensive, and really making one place home. And when I made the decision that I'm gonna make the car apartment home, that's when I started decorating. If you ever see, I was living in a beige house. I was very neutral vibration, because I was in that place. I wasn't quite where I used to be, and I wasn't quite where I was going. But what was different about this time was when I knew exactly where I was, I did not want to be anymore. And I knew that I was letting go. So I was clear, I just didn't know what that was going to look like. But the fact that I rearranged and painted, it really made me know that Like, okay, you are staying put. You are putting down roots. And you're gonna need that when it's such a kind of possibly chaotic time. You're gonna need some semblance of normalcy and rootedness in your life. Okay, very, very important that you find that for yourself and create things around you that feels like a big warm hug, that feels very, comfortable is fine. Because you need a place, you need a comfortable place to deal with your uncomfortable feelings. You need a comfortable place to be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is when you're changing, when systems are going down within yourself. Belief systems, right? Those are systems. There's outer systems that we see going down, or your belief systems are going down. Your family values, cultural values, your religious affinities, like all the things you thought you knew, all the things you thought were you, they're not. You're here during these times for a reason. To be honest, like you're here for a reason. You're this time. That means you want to change. You want to do something new. Because if you don't, you won't stay. You'll exit out off the planet. And I think a lot of us want to stay. Another thing too, I'm gonna say it again. Be very careful about the energy that you keep because you want to be around people who love life, people who want to be around when all of the ashes, when smoke blows. You want to be there when paradise presents itself again, in its new form, in its glorious way. It's going to be the true act of being born again. If you could get and kind of go through the rubble that's called your life, because everything's fell, and it's falling and it will fall more. And rather than holding on, which you won't be able to, you want to not almost initiate the change right now, knowing that make decision and make it quick. I don't want that. I don't want to do this. I'm not doing that. I'm letting go of that. And you're going to be definite about the infinite. You're not going to question yourself. You're not going to. This time it's not anymore. What do I want? Kind of energy. Oh, I'll do it later. It's already done for you. That system does not exist. That door that you used to be able to go through, it's not there anymore. That parachute, so when you did jump, is not guaranteed. Those systems, especially I think about the red, white, and blue a lot. When I was there, and now looking back, I can see there's so many systems that was in place that we were so dependent upon. And as those systems go down, that's it's brutal. It's not nice. It's not nice meaning you wasn't prepared. You can't be for the abruptness. But it was always coming because it was coming within ourselves. Every dream we defer, every desire we ignore, it didn't go anywhere. It didn't suddenly disappear. It stayed down there and it's brewing. And so all this civil unrest that we're about to see, it is the brewing of our own thoughts, our own dreams, and our own desires that we pushed out and thought you can keep it down there. No harm, no foul. We're okay. And the fact is, we were not okay. And we're probably not okay. But we're going to be okay if we just employ a lot of these tactics. So I got some pain going on, and I hope it's not poison right now. Okay. And I'm looking. So what I'm employing in my life, incorporating in my life, is peaceful acts. And the first peaceful act is being kind to myself, being patient with myself, being loving myself, and being slow with myself, not pushing myself so far, not thinking I got to be everywhere, do everything, not leave just allow for the spiritual help that is available for you to get past things that you need to get past. I was saying to one of my groups when I go to YouTube that I feel like I'm in a state of slowing down. But not because it's some degenerating states or some deteriorating states that is occurring because I'm getting older. My oldness, my maturity is just that. I'm getting wiser. not to expend so much energy when I can use it to power and fuel my own self. But it doesn't have to look like I'm doing that. I can just be right here, right now. I feel like I'm decorating, rearranging, restyling my home because, again, it's the place where I feel like I'm going to be sitting in during these times. And if outside is hectic and unpredictable and scary, then I need to be able to go into place and close that door and just zen-like energy, whatever that means for you. Whether you need more lifted light, maybe you need more dulling, like some darkness in a good way, because darkness can be good too. We're going to go in the other room and feel that dark vibe and that grounded vibe and that deeply connected to your ancestors vibe, because that's going to be important during this time as well. It used to be known too. It used to be like, look, I'm trying to tell you, listen to the lady. So I'm going to have to get a little close, and I know I'm looking over there. But I want to see who's in. Hey, the rebirth of wisdom. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you everyone for being on. Y'all, for the last 2 days, when I get involved in a project, ooh-wee. So what day did the brother come? Saturday night. We worked diligently all day yesterday. Yesterday felt like 2 days because it was a non-stop marathon. The night before I didn't even get a lot of sleep because I was anticipating him coming and what was going to do. And then last night I went to bed late again. So I'm basically exhausted, but I don't have to do anything else in a sense. I'm just going to really, I think when you experience change, you have to allow the effects of that change to take place and know that it is taking place, and don't try to do the same thing you always do thinking that you couldn't going to be able to do that. Change is just that, it's change. So the time you get up during the day, your nightly routine, even though you want to establish those things, they're just going to be off. The chair you used to sit on, you're not going to like. The food you used to eat, like the place you used to go, the things you used to do, you're going to try to push past fatigue or don't do it. So I ask you what you're doing, you say, I did nothing. Be okay that you did nothing. That you even could. Feel sleepy, take a nap. Especially if you have the opportunity. And a lot of times too, like your finances will definitely, firehorse energy, usually they don't have too many financial, even though they're very impulsive, they don't stay in financial loss, but your finances will always shift when you shift. Because the shift is, whatever you used to do, you're not going to be able to do it anymore, even if you liked it. That's the other part. Not only is the bad dismantling, the good is too, or the past good. Only making way for more. We can't rest on the laurels. We can't stay in the same place because it was good. Right? Life will surpass us. Energy shifts will surpass us. So, but how do you go through an energy shift? You sit. You sit in a position that at any moment you can get out. I think this is the position, I think I'm sitting in a position, I could be wrong, so y'all, do your research. I think this is a position that Kuan Yin sits in. I think it's a statue of her. The position is that she's kind of sitting grounded, but she's in a position where she can get up at any time and serve or respond to things. The idea of don't just do something, sit there, is going to be a real mantra, I know for me, in a real way. It's interesting, I have this last few days, and it's still here with me. It's like I need to clean. I think too during the fire horse, if you want to go on the deep level, I think you're not supposed to clean, so that's gonna be hard for me. But I feel like I want to scrub things. I scrub the front, my front kind of porch, if you will, in my apartment. I notice I'm sweeping constantly, you know, like more than usual. I'm mopping right away. I'm making sure everything's clean before I go to bed. That's an energy, and it flows through you, and it's not always there. It's not the normal tidying up. It's the having to tidy up. You know that the importance of keeping your space clear, of moving energy. That's what that broom energy is, moving energy. And it's meditation. It's the meditation of a movement, a sound, you know, that is actually bringing you in a meditative state. And the other thing too, in fireworks energy, you're supposed to go for the things that you don't, you know, like I think about it, I say, oh, I'm gonna paint, and then I paint, what's gonna be the style, is the style. Oh, I want this idea, and it comes, that is very fire energy in general, and then fireworks for sure. And I feel that too. I feel that, okay, here we go again, you know. I mean, for me, I think the fire horse energy is going to be more intensified because I'm a fire sign, I'm a triple fire sign, I'm 2 Leos, 1 Sag, so I feel like I really need to know myself, and I know Spirit knows it. You know, what I love about my life, especially as life goes, as life continues, that means that also more theirs is in the past. So as life continues forward, more life reveals itself from the past, because there's more past of life to reveal itself. So you are moving into the next, but you're also creating more of the past, because now there's yesterday is the past, the day before that. And when you were in yesterday and the day before that, that wasn't as much of the past. So the past is becoming longer and the future is becoming shorter. And that's what it's all about. That's called life, right? And to the ends and so-called death. And that's okay. We want that. There are many lives to live. We live many lives already, so. But it's a lot of, too, I feel like there's a lot of opening the heart. That's this room represents. I think I had said I was starting this, but I might have forgot to finish it. I'm very sleepy, too. So the colors that I chose for this room is the pink and this one called mint green. And a sister friend in the one of the live streams, Shanika, she was saying, oh wow, those colors represent the heart chakra. And it is heart chakra energy. I mean, green is, some people say this heart chakra is spinning like the blades of the fan in a clockwise position, with like lights and a sparkling light coming from it. This is a chakra energy that is in balance. Not imbalance, but it's balance. And the color, some say, is emerald green. Now, the pink actually represents love. When I was young, as a child or younger person, I used to think because Valentine's Day was always you get red. They say red actually represents passion. Because red can be very fiery, you careful with red. It reminds me of the goddess from Kemet called Goddess Sekhmet. She's a lion-headed goddess, a lion, she burns down illusions through fire energy. Then even Oya too, the dancer, and she burns down through dancing, shifting. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, you want to really hone in on who you are. I was thinking about that a lot too. Like, I was almost gonna ask Spirit, so you're sitting me down why. I didn't ask because I know exactly why. And I love this. Because I get to choose again. I get to evaluate who I am right now. It's not the person. I can split my life into themes. I can't remember all of them. Like, let's say the last thing. I feel like the last thing was living in Accra and also visiting the Volta, or I should say living in the Volta and visiting Accra. How do I put it? And that kind of life over there is a little bit kind of over. And now, who am I? And I said to make the decision that I'm going to stay in Accra and make that work for me. It's okay, now, that's a new person. Who will that person be? Who does that person want to be? I don't really like to say, I know there's a choice for sure, but I don't really like to say who that person want to be. And I'm also not saying everything is predestined. I'm saying your life, the very life you live, the experiences, the things that occur, determines who you are, which then determines where you're supposed to be. Your life is a roadmap. Everything that has ever happened not just led you to some place in the past, it actually points you, puts you on the road to your future. Everything you've been through, everything you experienced, everything you did and want to do, it's all good. People say, oh my God, I used to not do it anymore. Why they do this, they don't do this anymore. They extracted from that thing what they needed to go to the next thing. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. There's a lot more for you here. There's a lot more for us to do. And I'm grateful to be doing it with you. So, ladies, if you are looking for a one-on-one consultation, I am available. I am available. And make sure you like, share, and share the videos because people need to hear the messages and to, gather themselves. Now we're in the dark energy. My neck hurts, it's probably starting off. Now we're in the dark energy. The black energy. The black wall. So this is my red gold, my red, black, and green house. I call it a house. Every room is a house. And we live in many houses, many mansions. I always see something. When I see it, I want to, play with it. If all my artists, which, believe it or not, I think they're all artists. So all my artists, be them. Like really, really be the artist. Really be, express yourself. Be creative. Enjoy life. Shift. And all that other good stuff. All right, I'm going to show you around the house. And then I think I'm going to take, because this oil paint is very bad for you. And it's still dry. It's going to take days to really fully dry. So I'm going to go take a little walk so I can get some sun and clean my palette. But while we do that, I'm not used to even taking it off this way. So this is the red, black, and green house. It's the wrong brand. I keep saying house and going. And I really think if I want this door to dry faster, that I should at least let it get more air by facing the air. So I wanted to do a black liberation home. And I want to do this wall red, this wall black, this wall green. And I'm going to call somebody to put the artwork up. This is going up here, and I'm waiting for a couch to come. This is going here, this is going there. And the chairs is here for now. It's a nice chair, but and then the whole thing, so I got a red wall, black wall, green wall, and then the culmination of all that comes from the liberation flag, which is red, black, and green. So I had this whole idea, and this right here, now I can really see it. That Kwame Nkrumah, I want to put it, let me see. I want to put it right on that wall. I need to see how it looks. No, wrong wall. This wall. This wall. Let's see if I'm going to get it. Okay. This is where it's going to go. That's what I'm doing. So let's see. Oh yeah, because I see it. This is going to put Kwame Nkrumah over here. I mean, if I had get somebody told to do it, I could actually put him on the red as well, which might even show up better. I might put him higher and put something else here. And then I got some statues. I don't have to put some. So yeah, I think I might do that. Put him in the red right here. But we just find ourselves, oh, I had another idea. I'm thinking now that red is going to have some armor too. This one's a little darker. We also have nice kids. So let's see. Let's see the ladies. We shall see. So the background has changed. I just want people to know, like, wait, the background, her morning vlogs, or her morning videos, lives, are usually beige. We are not in the beige world anymore. We are not in the beige world. We are feet solid on the ground. You know, I remember when people talked about the red, the black, and the green. So, as I remember, as a young person, the red is represented by the blood that was spilled by black people, you know, in the fight for independence. Since this is the 5-horse year beginning, for the fight for independence, right? For the torture and the slavery and the blood that was spilled because of the injustice that goes towards black people. The black horse represents the black people around the world. Black people around the world. And the green represents, some people say the money that was taken, but also the rejuvenation or the revitalization, the regenerate, while like the next generation comes out. Steve, think about that word. And then the yellow's not in ours, but of course the music represents the sun. But for the black thing, it's the land, or the land that was taken from us. I'm sorry, the green represents. The red is for the blood spills, the black is for the black people, and the green is for the land that was taken and stolen from us. You know, but you can also turn it to resources, money. So when I created this room, I didn't know that, because even over now, I didn't know how grounding it was going to be. I was quite afraid to do a black wall. So like, oh, it's going to pull light, you know, it's going to be light, and I'm scared it's black, and it's not deep, you know, and how is it going to look? And it's beautiful, and it's powerful, and it's grounding as F. And what this little room is going to be, it's going to be a gathering spot. It's going to be a place of love, of pride, and unity, and collaboration. I know I said that word before, it just keeps coming. It's going to be very dope. Well, we're going to get ready to go out, and I just thought about the idea of these glasses that have really long shades. I'm very spontaneous. As y'all know, I don't have to write to y'all, but you know what? It's funny that I'm the same person that I was the day before this whole room transformed in my house. But I don't feel like that. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself. I feel like I need to explain myself. I don't feel like the person I was, and it's just so deep to me. And I know it's like, oh, we just changed the rooms and painted before, but why? I don't know. I don't know why this feels deeper. I don't know. I mean, it's a black wall, so I feel like, yeah, I do have to tell you, hey, it's still me. I know the background changed, so I want you to know I'm still here, but it's still me, but it's really not still me. It's really not still me, you know? It's absolutely not still me. That's the part. That's the real part. It's really not still me. It's like some shift, a shift occurring, and I feel it, you know, energy. I want to make bring me a juice. I got all these grains and I didn't get a chance. I ordered it, but I got so busy I didn't really get to eat them. So I'm gonna just, before they go bad, I'm just gonna juice them all today. They're like collards, spinach, arugula, and lettuce. So we're gonna get us a nice green smoothie going. And I'm gonna drink it straight green too. I feel like I need that rejuvenation. It's gonna be very, very beautiful here. We're gonna put this artwork up. We got some other things that we're gonna put up as well as the time goes on. I'm taking my time. But yeah, it's about to be very, very, very beautiful in so many ways. But y'all, every time I sing it, that one is like, ooh, pink and rejuvenating, but this one is very grounding. I mean that in the best way, very deep. It's even a little bit, it's rootsy. It's the vibe. It's like the vibe that I thought it would be, but I always use that line from the song from Plantation Lullabies by a very dope sister, very badass singer, writer, and bass player, Michelle Indega-Michello. And I always sing the songs for you. This one was inspired by Didn't You Like an Old Soul Record? And she says, I think she said, blue lights in the basement. Freedom was at hand and you could just taste it. It was so cool. Digging on me, digging on you. Everything was cool. Our brothers were singing, ain't no woman like the one I got, baby, baby. Yes, I'm digging you. Yes, I'm digging you. I'm digging you like an old soul record. Yes, I'm digging you. Yes, I'm digging you. I'm digging you like an old soul record. That's what this was. That's what the energy, that was the whole, and it's like it's bringing up my mom energy, like my childhood. It's the one, I can't even explain it. Every time. It's very powerful what took place here. And it makes sense that in the fire horse, which is that ultimate burning down of the old and the new change, which is nothing new under the sun, so it's like something that we think we wasn't here in some eras. We're like, oh, I wish I was in the 70s. I wish I was, a teen in the 70s or 20 in the 70s. You were all the places. That's why you're so connected to it. That's why you feel it. All the places. So, I feel like I really learned a lesson, and I always say your home is a vision board, but that was using it to get what you want. Now it's using it to get who you are, to get what you need right now, to bring you back into your true self. This is like a hug of all my ancestors, my Black American ancestors. Like I feel them, of course. Mother's Bobby was Jamaican. Definitely had an association, UNIA, United, Universal Negro Improvement Association. I believe this universal makes sense. And he's going back to Africa, he had his own ships, and he was amazing. Of course, like Malcolm X, like they said in the movie, Malcolm X movie with Denzel Washington. Black people had something good and niggas messed it up. So there you go. That's what happened with Marcus Garvey, also a Leo, so we feel that. And he came up with the liberation flag. He came up with the red, the black, and the green. And the other idea that we're Americans, we don't treat it as such. So we're going to get our own flag, we're going to our own self, and have pride in something. Because as we are Africans in America, and the Americans, because we're Jamaican, they was in New York. Where's our flag? Ghana has their flag. Zambia has their flag. Ethiopia has their flag. Where's our flag? Because we were a nation within a nation, as most nations in Ghana was, or in Africa were. They were nations, not countries. So it's very, it's different. It's not just any room. In the way that I'm going to decorate, I feel funny saying decorate. I'm going to collaborate with spirit. It's going to be something. Gonna be something. All right, so let me get out this house, find somewhere to go until this pain dies down. And, oh, sorry. Oh, God. I love that behind me. I love it all. All right, y'all. Your sister. That's me. We are going to go. All my little spaces. All right, we're gonna go to run some errands, and I'm just gonna see where you are. It's a little different here. Okay, no more comments, but I want to thank you again, the Rebirth of Wisdom. I appreciate you so very much. I want to thank everybody that came on to the live stream today, passing on. I'm sure helping to get more shadow banned than I was. Talking about the black, the gold, the red, the black, and the green. You know, it's very scary to some, but we gotta live our lives. We gotta live some life before it's gone. We got to live some life before it's over. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Peace. I'm gonna do more of the horizontal recording. Let me know if you like that better. I would if I was you, but y'all let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.